If I described playing a very simple video game, a game so simple that the only objective is to manipulate objects scrolling across the screen, how would people react? How would you react? I mean, you could assume it's just another generic Flash game, but it could just as easily be Tetris, couldn't it? Plenty of classic arcade games fit that description pretty closely too. Of course, so do plenty of generic Flash games, and that's the most important issue floating around this game. How simple is too simple? Among basic video games, what makes one classic and the other one-dimensional? This is Pop, a solid game that floats somewhere in the middle. A launch title for Nintendo's WiiWare service, Pop is built upon a premise that couldn't be simpler. Bubbles float gently across the screen, and you have to pop as many as possible before time expires. Big bubbles replenish your timer, small bubbles are worth more points. It's simple, obviously, but there's a bit more to Pop than its description might indicate. Bubbles float across the screen in waves, which basically serve as levels. Each wave consists of new bubbles of different color schemes. One wave may be green, blue, and teal, the next may be red, orange, and yellow. Obviously, they contribute greatly to the game's elegant sense of style, but the color schemes also play an important role in Pop's gameplay. You see, by consecutively popping bubbles of the same color, players can chain together massive combos and multipliers. Of course, to do so, you'll need a quick hand and an accurate aim. Because the bubble waves have depth, some float behind others, which leaves you with a very small target. This happens constantly in Pop, and since combos dissipate if you take too long between shots, the game demands both accuracy and swiftness from anyone hoping to reach the high scores table. Speaking of which, Pop offers a surprising amount of online features. The game utilizes the Nintendo Wi-Fi connection to give players access to worldwide leaderboards, a nice complement to the game's score-focused, arcade-like feel. And in a really cool feature, Pop also uses the Wii Connect 24 service to send notifications about your high scores to your Wii friends. After a really dominant round, for example, Pop sends selected friends from your console's address book a short message, making their Wiis glow along with your pride. It's an excellent feature for competing with your friends over long distances, and it's the kind of thing you don't see implemented in retail Wii games, let alone downloadable ones. Of course, as observing any 3-year-old will tell you, popping bubbles is only fun for so long, and after several rounds of repetitive bubble bursting, things are bound to get a little boring. Pop may have some deceptive gameplay and scoring depth, but that doesn't necessarily negate the game's inherent tedium. Listen, Pop isn't Tetris, but it does have the same kind of pick-up-and-play appeal. Its simple controls and concept make the game a natural fit for casual players looking to unwind and even children looking to have some mindless fun. But remember, easy to play and difficult to master are not mutually exclusive traits. Pop may initially seem to lack carbonation, but once you open the can, it's hard not to enjoy the game's magnetic visuals and addictive gameplay. Just a few sips later, it's clear this Pop has a surprising amount of fizz.